Okay, as you can see, that was me in 2006 when I had cancer. I had a nose cancer, which is known as nasopharyngeal carcinoma. Okay, I had a very aggressive form of cancer, which actually spread really fast. And it was just within 2 months, it went to nearly stage 3. And I was given like a 2 weeks window to really do everything I need to do before I go for the treatment, which is like removal of the removal of one of my wisdom tooth. Within 2 weeks, all 4, I had to do it. So, well, luckily I had very good doctors, okay, that took me through all the treatment and all that. I only had IMRT, which is intensity modulated radiotherapy. I didn't do any chemo. So the doctor said, just go through the radiotherapy and then see how first. So fortunately, it reacted well, and I was in remission. But the doctor also did warn me, with the IMRT, I will have side effects. And fortunately, I chose IMRT. If I had gone for the conventional one, I would have more side effects, and it would kick in faster. Fortunately, I had IMRT. So with the IMRT, I had some side effects like dry mouth. It was around my head area, my throat. Okay, so I had thyroid issues, I had dry mouth, I had hair loss, and with these thyroid issues, right, because of my pituitary gland was actually damaged. So I had to be on some hormone therapy, which I took thyroxine. And with thyroxine, I didn't know that it actually got my condition worse. I had high cholesterol. So with high cholesterol, I have to take the medication, and that led to my liver issue. I had fatty liver, I had liver inflammation. Okay, so all this happened not immediately. It was 5 years later. And 5 years later, back then, I wasn't introduced to any supplements or anything, so I didn't know anything. And it was much later, I think in 2018, that when his uncle had cancer, stomach cancer, he was introduced to one product, which is Dear Placenta, against stem cell. So he spent $25,000 buying the product for example, but unfortunately passed on because it's too late. And then with the remaining product, he told me, take it. So I took it. Okay, it did help me, but what happened was because I was on high dosage for thyroxine as well as the cholesterol pill, okay, statin. So it actually got my condition worse, but with that so-called supplement I took, it helped to stabilize, but it didn't help. It came to a stage where it became very stable, but I couldn't get rid of the medication. I couldn't stop the medication because it was still there, right? Until one time I had frozen shoulder. That was, I think, in 2019. No. 4 years later. I think after COVID, I had frozen shoulder very bad. 2022. Very bad. I couldn't lift up my arm, okay, because of my work nature. I had to be down, I'm desk bound. So my hand was so bad that I couldn't even lift up. It was just here. I had hard time dressing up, and I had to rely on him and my son to help me to dress up. So I was also quite blessed. His classmate, okay, came to him and talked about LifeWave, and like you mentioned, we didn't believe. It was like, small little patch. What can you do? It's just like buying the this medicated patch to patch, right? But this one, without anything, how can it work? So I said, it took a long time. She's not here today. Her name is Akiko, okay, his classmate. It took her a long time to convince him to come. And so happened I had frozen shoulders. I said, let's try. So he brought me there. And fortunately, he brought me there. And James was my savior. He patched me. And seriously, I was suffering that for 2 months. I couldn't do anything. I went for TCM. I went to see the Western doctor, the GP. Okay, GP told me I need minimum 2 years and do a lot of physiotherapy, exercises, like wall climbing exercises and all that. So to slowly recover, there's no cure. Okay, and the TCM told me you have to come for acupuncture for minimum 8 weeks, which I did. Okay, so each time I did the acupuncture and the bark one, it relieved the pain a bit, but 2 days later it came back. So it didn't really help me, and I got very frustrated because it got worse, and yeah, it was quite bad. So until then, when James patched me, I didn't believe what could a simple patch do to me. So I did, and he did. Within, surprisingly, less than half an hour, I was able to do this. You know, I was like, oh, I was very shocked. I was very shocked. I didn't believe, and I was looking at the patch. How could that be possible? How could that be? So in the end, I told Akiko, which I know her, also by my schoolmate, okay? I told her, why don't you just give me another 1 week supply? I'll try every day. I see is there any improvement. I just want to be sure. And for him, it's even worse. He thought it was a scam product. Always tell me, don't buy, don't. Okay, say, okay, fine.
When they do the demo, I look at her.
Yeah.
Don't buy. One partner here can testify. Wow, he's listen. Then after her hand up.
At first I was thinking like, how come it can be so magical, you know? And I tried for a week, and it did help, you know. I was able to lift up on my own, slowly, but it was still aching, not as painful. So I told him, let's try. 30 days, right? Money back guarantee, right? So try it. Within 2 weeks, I recovered. It was a miracle. You know, I was thinking like, okay, fine, fair. 2 weeks, it worked, so we continued patching. And of course, back then I only had Aeon and LifeWave. That's all, okay? But Akiko was nice. She told me I should try X39, you know, for the overall well-being. So I tried. That not knowing that actually it helped me way beyond, okay? Because as a cancer patient, any one of you who has someone who had cancer, you should know. You have to go back every year for blood tests. And I did that. I have to do that, okay? So every year I'll have to go back for blood tests. They will tell you how's your hormone level, then they'll test you for the markers and everything. So my thyroid hormone level gone down. It's actually going back to battle. It's getting better actually. Mine is actually hypothyroidism. So that's me, not hypo. Hypo means zero thyroid hormone. Okay, so it got better. And got better means I can reduce my dosage, right? So I was very happy, okay, initially. So doctor asked me, what do you do? I didn't tell him about the patch because I wasn't sure, you know, was it that supplement I took or was it the patch? So I told myself I've decided to stop the supplement and just use the patch. And I did, okay? So I used the patch and I reduced the dosage and I continued. And of course I had issues, you know, like my liver inflammation and all that was in pain. So even though with the reduction of the dosage, I constantly asked the doctor, can I stop? Because I really don't want to affect the liver. So, well, I went back to do the test again, blood test, but the doctor told me go back 6, and this time within 6 months. I went back, I did the blood test, it got better. So this time I told the doctor, I had to be honest, I showed him the patch. He asked me, what's this? I gave him the name, I told him, go Google yourself. Because I didn't know how to explain, but it was just so miracle, right? So, and I told him, just Google yourself, LifeWave. So he told me, okay, since it worked for you, good, continue using it. You know, he didn't stop me either. So I did ask him, can I stop my medication? Because it's not doing me well. It's not doing me good. And he said, no, I cannot. You know, being a doctor, they always tell you, don't stop, right? But I stopped myself. Okay? Being a doctor myself, I'm not a doctor, but I just to be a doctor myself, I know my body better. I just want to stop because the inflammation was hurting me so badly. And back then, I was with him and family in Europe. We went to Finland, we went to very cold country. It was minus 50 degrees. It was killing me. Seriously, it was killing me. It was so painful. My liver part was so painful. Breathing was painful. Sitting was painful. Everything was just painful. Fortunately, I had my Aeon with me. That was also a lifesaver. I couldn't take painkillers. I'm allergic. I can't take the simplest form of painkiller, Panadol. The only painkiller I could take is morphine or alcoxia. Okay? And you know these are very strong painkiller. I can't, okay? I'm allergic to a lot of painkillers because during my flying days, I was with SQ before. During my flying days, you know, you cannot take MCs for like menstrual cramp. The doctor will naturally give you all the painkillers, like Simplex, Constant, and all that. So my body was immune to it. In fact, became allergic to a lot of painkillers, including Panadol. Okay, so if I have to go to surgery or if I'm down with fever, I have nothing. Now I have Aeon. Okay, so the thing is, I can't take a lot of medication, and so I'm very careful with what I take and what I consume. Right, so come back to this my Europe trip. I was in pain. I used Aeon. Fortunately, I survived. I managed to survive through Aeon. It brought down the pain, brought down the inflammation. It was a lot better. So we went through that 20 over days in Europe. Luckily, okay. So then I went back to see a doctor. This time, doctor told me, "Hey, good. You know, I think this low dosage it worked for you." But I had to confess because I didn't take my medication. So I told the doctor I stopped my medication on my own because I had bad days in the Europe because I was in pain. I didn't want to take it. So the doctor said, "No, you shouldn't stop. You know, you should monitor. Go on with your medication. I want to see you back in 3 months' time." Because the doctor wasn't convinced. Again, I didn't take my medication. So I did it. Okay, I went back to see him again, did another round of blood test. And doctor confirmed that I was back to normal. The blessing of LifeWave patches. So this time around, I told doctor, I really have to be honest with you. It's not that I do not trust you, I do not trust medication, but I know my body better. And with the patches, I think I feel better, more energetic, and I no longer feel so tired. You know, when you have cancer, when you take all this medication, you tend to feel very tired. So I have more energy now with patches. So I told doctor, I stopped. I didn't take. So doctor said, okay, fine, fair enough. If you think that is good for you, you continue. But I want to monitor you closely. Come back and see me in 6 months' time again, which I did. Again, proven the result was good. Okay, today I stopped all my medication. I use the patches very diligently every day. And that's the reason why I'm going around sharing people. Even though, like I said, I don't do the business because I'm working Monday to Fridays, I don't have time, okay? I only share when there's opportunity, when I see people that need help, that I see that they are suffering in pain and everything, I'll just share. I'll just share openly because my intention is to share what I've been through, how I can help, you know, what the patches can help them, why not? Sharing is free, right? Yes. So this is what I do, okay? So I'm very happy, and I want to say, unknowingly, I was just telling him, just a few days back, because my card was banned. Okay, why? Because I spent $30,000 within a year. Because I realized that, hey, how can it be possibly? Because the income is all coming from LifeWave. I didn't know by sharing people buy, then things start to happen. Okay, so that is what he was talking about. It's real. Okay, it's not scam. Thank you.